Ah, is this sweet? I can't tell.
What's up? I'm reviewing Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. This game was produced by Sledgehammer Games with help from Raven Softwares and, what's the third studio? Here, I might say it. High Moon Studios, that's who it was. And this game was officially released on November 4th, Tuesday, November 4th. I got the Day Zero edition because I pre-ordered it, so I got it Monday, the day before. And yeah, it's the 11th Call of Duty. And I'll preface this review by saying I went into this with really low expectations. After Ghosts, I kind of told myself that I wasn't just going to immediately hop on and play Call of Duty again, kind of like I have for the past many years. And I originally only pre-ordered this game because of the bonus stuff you got for Destiny with it. And then right around that time, I think it was Gamescom showed off a bunch of stuff about it, and then I kind of got excited, and instead of moving my pre-order to something else, I kept it on Advanced Warfare, and so, like I said, now I'm playing it. So I guess I'll talk about the story first. So you play Mitchell, who starts off as a Marine, but gets injured in combat, and then eventually becomes a soldier for a private military company called Atlas, who is run by a man named Irons, who is basically just a billionaire who, with having Atlas, has the single largest standing army and the most advanced army in the world. And it's for buy. Like anybody, they'll do whatever they want for money. And you kind of see the progression of the story through there. Story-wise, I mean, it's not the best story. And then again, I don't expect the best kind of story from a Call of Duty game. You know, Call of Duty stories have always kind of been the same. And I mean, there's not really much that changes with this one. The only thing is that I would say is that, I mean, some of the new technology they use really, really well in the story. I think smart grenades are really cool. The fact that you can just throw a grenade and it will, no matter what, it will attempt to fly towards a target and try to kill somebody, I think is cool. You know, threat grenades are cool. The other thing is they take your standard fare Call of Duty moments and missions, but kind of add a twist to it. Instead of having a car chase, which is like a lot of Call of Duties have had, you're now not really in a car. You're chasing after a car, but you're riding on top of buses, and that's, you know, what they do. And you're kind of jumping from bus to bus and dealing with things like that. Instead of your standard stealth mission, at one time you don't get a gun, and you literally have no choice but to go through stealth. Otherwise, you're not going to survive. Or the one part where you can, very kind of, in my eyes, Assassin's Creed-y, you can hide in bushes and then whistle to get people's attentions, and then use a grappling hook to pull them in and kill them. Like, those are some cool things that I see that they're trying to do. And the added verticality of everything, which is more showed off in the multiplayer, but it's also in the single player, I think adds a lot to the design as well. I mean, it's very much a game that I feel the events could happen. You know, the first mission deals with North Korea invading Seoul in South Korea. That could happen, you know. One of the things is that you go to New Baghdad because, you know, with how the state of the Middle East right now, you know, Atlas rebuilds Baghdad and they rebuild Iraq, and it's like the most prosperous city. It's like, oh, okay, that's kind of reasonable. Like, it's probably the most reasonable Call of Duty story I've seen up until this point. But yeah, that's really all I have to say story-wise, except for a couple somewhat shining moments. It's your standard fare Call of Duty story. Now, multiplayer-wise is what do people buy this game for. It's, you know, what sells, what makes the money, and in my opinion, it delivers. The exosuits, which basically gives you a double jump and a dash ability, among other ones, but those are the two main ones. It's a nice, fresh thing that adds so much to the gameplay. It adds exosuit abilities, which kind of replace tactical grenades and certain perks all at the same time. You know, also, like the added movement changes the level design. The levels are much more built up. You know, and now there's that kind of an element, and it doesn't feel forced. It feels natural, like it's a breath of fresh air to the cut and dry Call of Duty experience that, you know, we've been dealing with for the past 10 years. But it adds more to it. I think the exosuit is the shining addition to this game. Game mode wise, they brought a lot of the old game modes back. I mean, Domination, Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirmed, Capture the Flag are kind of a shoe-in. They brought back Hardpoint, which I like, and they brought back Search and Rescue from Ghost, which Search and Rescue is one of the, you know, one of the very few good things I felt about Ghost was Search and Rescue. But they added 2 new game modes. One of them is not so much new, but they added Momentum, which is basically War from Call of Duty World War, and I loved War back then, so I think that's a good addition. And then Uplink, which is, in a way, the way I see it, kind of a little bit like Griffball and Halo, but a little bit more fast-paced. It's cool. You know, and like I said, with the gameplay mechanics, it makes it interesting. Gun-wise, there's a laser weapon, the EM1, which is a little bit difficult to use, but it's, you know, it's a new kind of weapon. You know, one of the LMGs, which is another heavy weapon, is you dual-wield machine guns, and it's more like you have like a bigger exosuit, in a way. Other than that, I mean, the weapons are, again, it's nothing too terribly out there. You get a crossbow, you can get a shield, nothing too terribly out there in terms of Call of Duty. The custom class system is good. You know, this game, something I forgot to mention when I first started talking about the multiplayer. This game plays, in my opinion, it's fresh, but it does have hints of Black Ops 2 in it. In just how the game plays, I feel, and in the Pick 13 system, which is just an upgraded version of the Pick 10. Just now, your kill streaks are bound to each class, which is something that they did in Modern Warfare 3 and I thought was smart. Like, if I'm running around with a sniper rifle, I'm not going to get as many points as I am with an assault rifle. So I don't want to have to go in and actually physically change all my my kill streaks every time I change my class. I like to just run with my kill streaks. So the Pick 13 system makes sense. You can get up to 4 kill streaks, or you can have none, you know. And then again, just like before, you can have 2 primary weapons. You can get extra attachments on your primary and secondary weapons. You can get what's the other ones? You know, they're like the wild cards are back, basically. Yeah. Trying to think of, let's see, and then the other thing that they did is that now kill streaks are customizable. So it's like if I have, let's say, a chopper, or this game's equivalent of a chopper, which is, I think, a warbird. You can upgrade it. Like, oh, I don't want to control it. I want it to be AI controlled. Then for an additional 100 points, it's an AI controlled chopper. Or you could be like, oh, I want it to last longer. That's another 100 points. I think another good example is like you can get a sentry turret, and you can make the sentry turret last longer. You can make it a rocket turret. You can make it rippable and make it support, which basically is like 1,200 extra points. But you know, support basically means that it'll last through death, which I think is a good idea. Again, like the customization is really in depth in this game, and I really like it. Occasionally you'll get supply drops, which is basically random drops. You might get a slightly better version of a weapon you already have. You might get a rare clothing type for it to put on your soldier. That's a couple things you can get all kinds of things from those. But in a nutshell, that's the multiplayer. The multiplayer is very, very fun, and like I said, the exosuits just I think make it fresh and new. Which I don't have the greatest opinion of Call of Duty, so this is nice. The only other game mode that is in this game is Exo Survival, which I'm not going to spend too much time on because it's basically just survival for Modern Warfare 3. That's literally what it is. You just have an exosuit, and you can pick a class, and it's basically the same thing. I mean, if you've played that, you've played Exo Survival or whatever it's called. So, this game, there's very little that this game does wrong. But the only things I can honestly think of is you can't downgrade kill streaks. Like, let's say I don't want to have to get 950 points to get a Warbird. It's okay. You bring it down. You make it last. You take away some of the time that it lasts. Like, take away 30 seconds from the time that it's available, and you drop like 300 points. Now it's only like the equivalent of 6 kills. I think that would work. The other thing is I don't like how zombies isn't part of the game. It seems like they kind of gutted zombies out of the game. Which, I mean, it's not a big thing, but that was something that kind of started to get me a little bit more hyped for this game towards the end. When zombies got leaked, I was like, oh, cool, zombies mode. They're really taking the best from Call of Duty and trying to make this the best Call of Duty they can, with Sledgehammer being a fresh studio. But it just seems like another way for a money grab, just to get money. I mean, hopefully it's not just for the Season's Pass that you get it. Hopefully it's, wherever. You can buy it separately, because I don't want to have to buy the Season's Pass to play zombies. And, because $50 for, I think, will most likely be like a total of like somewhere between 16 to 20 maps is outrageous. So I'm not paying that. But, for the most part, and all around, this game is awesome. I mean, this game is also one of the things I forgot to mention is that this game is also very beautiful. It's got some of the most realistic graphics, especially like in the cutscenes in the single player I've ever seen. It's kind of scary, anyway, how real this game looks. It looks, which I know you can't really use how it looks as a method for judging a game really too much anymore, because all games are pretty, but this game was the first game that truly hit me that it's really, really pretty. So, yeah, it's Call of Duty Advanced Warfare Day Zero Edition in my case. I guess I'll give my score. My score for this game, I shall give it an 8.5 out of 10. This is a very good game. It definitely snuck up on me, and I didn't expect it to be nearly this good. If you like Call of Duty, you definitely should pick this up. And if you're disappointed in, maybe in like other first-person shooters that have been around, like Battlefield or heck, even Destiny, and you just like, I need a shooter to play. I want a shooter. You should pick this game up. If you like shooters, this is a good game. So yeah, that's all I have to say. So see you later.